I sat alone in my dimly lit bedroom, flipping through a fashion magazine. As I gazed at the flawless models, a pang of envy washed over me. I wanted to be like them, so I went to my closet and picked out the prettiest, girliest thing I have in my closet to try it on. I rarely ever put this dress on, so it's been sitting in my closet forever. As soon as I stood in front of the mirror, I barely recognized myself. I glanced over at the open magazine on my desk and decided to recreate the hairstyle the model was wearing. I thought I looked good, but then my half-sister, Abby, burst into the room with a smug grin, ready to deliver her usual taunts. "What are you doing? Dreaming of becoming a model?" I looked down, my self-esteem crumbling beneath her words. Abby had always ridiculed me for being ugly. She was the pretty sister, after all. "Hi, my name is Izzy from Manila. And yes, I was the girl you just saw a few seconds ago. But one summer changed my whole look and my whole life. But first, don't forget to like and subscribe to DSA. In order to understand my journey, let me take you back to the beginning. My mother, Helen, once dated a man named George. Their relationship was brief, but he's Abby's biological father. He left Mom when she was pregnant, leaving her to raise Abby on her own. Determined to move forward, Mom met Morgan, a kind and gentle soul who became my father. Their love blossomed, and despite the complexities of their relationship, they built a life together. Mom and Morgan had me, but right before I was born, Morgan came out as gay, and their love story took a different turn. Mom and Morgan decided to part ways, leaving Mom as a single mother of 2. As a single mother, Mom had her hands full. She cherished Abby because she was the epitome of beauty, while I remained the ugly duckling who never quite learned to transform into a swan. It was kind of lonely, but I got used to it. However, Abby grew up to be super mean to me, always teasing me about my looks. I became uncomfortable in my own skin, and she didn't care. Every summer, I sought refuge at my dad's lake house. It was during those precious moments that I discovered a world where my insecurities were met with understanding and love. He never told me I was ugly, and we always did whatever we wanted, whenever we wanted. It was the summer before we started high school, and as usual, I went to Morgan's lake house, as usual. This time, I brought my best friend, Henry. Henry has been my best friend since elementary school. Whenever Abby and her friends made fun of me, he was always the one to stand up for me. I was getting ready to go down to the lake with Henry, but then I stood in front of the mirror and felt a sense of dread come over me.
What's wrong, Izzy?
Does this swimsuit look good on me?
Yeah, Izzy, you look good as always. Don't let Abby get into your head. This is our summer.
Yeah, you're right. I look fine. Just then, Trixie, my father's flamboyant friend, joined us by the doorway. She was looking at me with pity, but I can tell she understood how I felt.
Izzy, my dear, I can see the lack of confidence in your eyes.
Trixie is a trans woman Morgan met at the drag club down the road. They've been co-workers long before Morgan fully came out. I've met her a few times in previous summers. She's an absolute delight.
You are gorgeous, darling. Don't forget it. This summer, we're going to transform this cocoon into a beautiful butterfly.
Day after day, I immersed myself in a transformative journey. Trixie and Morgan taught me how to build confidence, accentuate my features with makeup, and encouraged me to embrace my unique style. We hit a few thrift shops and experimented with different clothes and styles, slowly chiseling away the shell of self-doubt. It was a lot of work, but also super fun. It was cool seeing so many different looks on me. The last thing we had to do that day was give my hair the treatment it's long waited for. So we went to the hair salon that Morgan works at, and he took me to the shampoo station.
My Izzy, Even though we're changing your exterior, you have to remember that it's what's on the inside that counts. We just want to match what you look on the outside with the beautiful you on the inside.
Thanks, Dad. I loved summers with my Morgan. I've always felt close to him, even though we spend most of the year apart. At Morgan's, I get all of his attention. I feel cared for and loved. Summer vacation is my favorite time of the year, and this was the best summer yet. When I came home to my mom and Abby, Mom was ecstatic. Wow, I have 2 beautiful daughters. How did I ever get this lucky? It kind of hurt that Mom was only paying attention to me now that I've gone and glowed up over the summer, but it was kind of nice to have her attention. Abby, on the other hand, she looked furious. Was she mad that I became pretty? The first day of school arrived in no time, and I nervously stepped into the bustling hallway. As I walked, I felt a new sense of confidence. And then something happened that I never experienced before. People began to notice me. Everyone was watching me in awe. I even noticed Charlie couldn't keep his eyes off of me. Charlie is the only cutest boy in the school that I've had a crush on since middle school. And oh my gosh, he was approaching me. Oh my god, Charlie's heading over here right now.
Hey, you got this. Just be cool.
Hey, come back here. As Henry made his big escape, I just stood there, paralyzed. Charlie came up to me and started talking to me.
Hey, Izzy, you look amazing. I guess you're following the summer glow-up trend, huh?
Yeah.
By the way, I've been meaning to ask, do you want to grab a coffee sometime?
My heart skipped a beat, but a wave of doubt crashed over me. Did Charlie only notice me because of my appearance? Just then, I noticed Abby standing down the hall. Both me and her liked Charlie for a while, but I think she was upset that he asked me out first. During lunch, I sat at a table with Henry as usual.
Izzy, can you believe all the attention you're getting? You're not just beautiful on the outside, but on the inside too. And now, everyone gets to see that.
Henry's words warmed my heart. He had always been there for me, defending me against Abby's ridicule. Speaking of Abby, she had been glaring at me all day. Whenever she saw me, I was met with an icy glare. I get that she's jealous, but what is it with all this malicious energy around her? Even though Abby had bullied me all my life, I felt like I had to do something to help her. My mother, Helen, had always favored Abby due to her conventional beauty. I had grown accustomed to the disparity in attention, but now the tables were turning. Abby stormed into the living room, frustration etched across her face. Mom, everyone is talking about Izzy. It's like I don't exist anymore. She's getting all the attention. I observed my mother's expression, a mix of sympathy and concern. Abby, you know you're gorgeous, and Izzy just recently blossomed. Why don't you let her have some of the attention as well? I'm sure everyone's just shocked, and very soon, both of you girls will get equal attention. I wasn't sure that Mom was getting it. Abby is drop-dead gorgeous, and she still gets a lot of attention from others, but she had a reputation of being the pretty sister. And now that we both are pretty, I don't think Abby knows where she's at anymore. Later that night, I visited Abby in her room. I wanted to have a heart-to-heart with her. Abby, can we talk? What do you want, Izzy? I want to clear the air between us. Things were always tense with us, but ever since I got back from Morgan's, you've been really hostile, and I don't want it to be this way anymore. I want us to be able to support each other. Why did Charlie ask you out instead of me? And why are you getting all this attention from other students? I don't understand. Am I not pretty? Abby, this isn't about being pretty. It's about being kind and having confidence in who we are. I can't control how others perceive me, but what I can control is how I treat people and how I feel about myself. You're always the center of attention now. It's not fair. You were the ugly duckling and now everyone likes you. I don't get it. Abby, just get out of my room, Izzy. I don't want to hear your nonsense. Abby then kicked me out of her room, and I had to give up for now. She needed some space to think. That weekend, I went on my first date with Charlie. He was super sweet, but I couldn't help but think about what his intentions were. Why did he choose me? Charlie, can I ask you something?
Of course, Izzy, you can ask me anything.
Why did you notice me now? Is it just because I look different?
I've always noticed you. I saw how kind and gentle you were, but you seemed so reserved and unapproachable due to your lack of confidence. It made it harder for me to approach you. But now you seem easier to talk to. It felt like the right time to take a chance and ask you out.
With those words, a mixture of relief and joy washed over me. Thank you, Charlie. That means a lot to me. It looks like the date is going well.
Abby, what are you doing here? What's wrong?
I don't feel pretty anymore. Izzy is getting all the attention and it's making me lose my confidence. I don't understand why you always stood up for her. And now Izzy has Charlie too?
Abby, I always thought both of you were pretty, but Izzy's kindness always made her stand out. You were nice to others, but you were just really mean to Izzy. Your vanity and selfishness around her made me steer clear from you.
I didn't realize. I was so focused on myself that I didn't see how my actions affected Izzy and others around me.
It's not too late, Abby. You can change. Reflecting on your behavior is the first step. Now go apologize to Izzy and try to make amends.
Izzy, I need to talk to you. Can we sit down and talk? Of course, Abby.
We'll leave you two to talk.
Izzy, I'm really sorry for all the torment I put you through. I want to change, and I want to be a better sister to you. Abby, I appreciate your honesty and willingness to change. Of course I forgive you. Let's work on building a better relationship together. And so, a new chapter began for both Abby and me. We learned the importance of self-love, kindness, and the power of forgiveness. Together, we were ready to face the world as sisters, united by the beauty in our hearts.